this, as you can see with our 1,000 Hendra. And so we gotta build some banana worms. And we have a bunch of foods to feed the banana worms. And first, we're going to start talking about pea protein. Pea protein is a powder that Bob's Red Mill made. It's gluten-free, unsweetened, and unflavored. This has a total fat of 1.5 grams, protein 21 grams, and total carbohydrate 2 grams.
Protein's pretty high on that, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty high. I mean, brewer's yeast doesn't have. What's the protein on the brewer's yeast?
Protein on the brewer's yeast is, let's see, 13 grams of protein.
Okay, so what we like to do is I like to mix 2 teaspoons of the pea powder to 4 teaspoons of brewer's yeast, and I like to go 1 teaspoon of spirulina. I like to try to do it a little less spirulina.
Do not get this on your rugs.
Yeah, don't spill it on your carpet. Spirulina is a great source of plant-based protein. And spirulina in its own right can also be fed directly to fish straight out of the bag. So fry will love spirulina. It's sort of like a free-floating plankton or some sort of basic, mixture that you can feed your fry that they'll pick right out of the water column.
I'm surprised it doesn't make the water green.
So now what we have working here right now is a fresh colony, fresh culture, I should say, of microworms. And within the next day or so, these microworms will all be cruising up to the sides of the container. Now what I'll do is I'll mix quick oats and I'll spray some water to make it nice and damp but not soggy. And then I'll take my mixture of pea protein, brewer's yeast, and spirulina, and I'll sprinkle just a little across the top, not too much, but a little across the top, just to give the worms something to feed on, but don't smother them. Now what we're doing basically is we're gut loading the microworms. I've been hell-bent on trying to find a way to actually fortify and enrich the nutrition on microworms so I can prove that microworms can be the #1 source to raise fry fish from the get. Now, it's going to be difficult to probably raise cichlid fry on this type of food, but for wild betas, rasboras, tetras, small loaches,
Minnows.
cories,
Anything but
any-
pretty much
anything small, but maybe you could probably use this food for your dwarf cichlid species.
Yeah, like a ram.
But I have actually raised the beta hendra fry from day 1 to week 4, just pretty much feeding them a lot of the enriched and fortified microworms that we culture. I just started recently feeding them some frozen baby brine, and they just started picking them out of the water column. And I noticed that the larger betas are going more for that. At some point, you do run your course with microworms and being enough for anything more than maybe 3 or 4 week old fry. At some point, they're going to require that there's more substance to the food.